Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Getting into some bite down boxing. Checking out tonight's card. I'm gonna stay on here kind of briefly tonight. Honestly, I had the, I had some family over. They're not really boxing fans, old school boxing fans, but this really wasn't the kind of card to really get them into. So I was distracted, didn't get to set up the way that I like to set up and watch all the fights. I didn't check out much of the zone action earlier. I saw Josh Warrington was upset and knocked out. Honestly, that was a little shocking. It's some action I got to go back and check out on that first zone card. I also saw the Diaz and Rockamole fight. Ended in a majority draw. I don't know Diaz. He really disappointed me, man. I'm a big Diaz fan, and he lost his title on the scale, super featherweight, IBF super featherweight title. Lost it on the scale, and he didn't really. I didn't really see. He just. You could see that the fitness wasn't there for him to do what he usually does. So I got to go back and check that card out. So I'm really just speaking to the ESPN Plus card and the ESPN card, capped off by Richard Comey, and Jackson Marinez. Get into the get into my bite down boxing performer of the week or fighter of the weekend. Jared Hurd. Jared Anderson. So shout out to Floyd Diaz getting his first victory over Macias. I thought he looked pretty decent. Didn't have much to say negative about the kid. Also, shout out to Troy Isley getting his victory in his fight. I believe that was his debut, coming off of shoulder surgery and whatnot. Also out of VA. Also, a good look from Jahai Tucker tonight, taking out Rodriguez with that liver shot. Moving to 3-0 with 2 knockouts. Good shot great job by Tucker. He's kind of I don't know. I think it's the trunks that make him look a little awkward. I'm not trying to be funny, but I want to see more of Jahai. It's good to see these kids. So he gets his third win, second knockout with a beautifully placed and a beautifully camouflaged, left hook to the body to get that body shot knockout. The Eric Puente and Sergio Vega fight, I really didn't get into that fight, to be honest. It was a little boring to me, but Puente gets the decision 40-36 on all three cards. That was on the ESPN Plus portion of the card. We lost tonight's main event, which was going to be Joe Smith Jr. against Maxime Vlasov. So that elevated Comey and Jackson Marinez into the main event. And then the ESPN card actually became Jared Anderson versus Kingsley eBay and Adam Lopez against Sanchez. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on any of these fights. Where I'm at, 3.5 minutes. Jared Anderson gets my I can't do that. I lied. I gotta go with Comey for the bite down boxing performer of the week. Coming back from a knockout loss, a second round knockout loss to young boy. Teofimo Lopez. So I'm gonna give it to Comey, but Jared Anderson, really, obviously, the heavyweight division is what it is. It's always going to be the most popular division in all of boxing, and he did everything that I said he should do. I did a quick preview of this fight at the end of a video earlier in the week, and that was it. Fight smart. You're the more talented guy. Both guys are 6'4". eBay came in at about 270. I want to say Anderson was in the mid 240s, but Anderson's, and I may come back and do some different breakdowns and stuff later on this week. to be a little bit more specific. But Anderson's it's almost like James Toney, a young James Toney or something, in a heavyweight's body. I mean, he can move all over the ring. He's light on his feet. He can get in and out. He does that body lean thing, where his feet are set, but he's all out here avoiding shots and everything. He's in the middle of shots, abandoning shots, and then coming back, to counter and score. And his jab was beautiful earlier, and that was it. That was the key to it. All Jared Anderson really needed to do was just jab and bust eBay up until the coast was clear, until he could go in with the heavier artillery and just start to beat eBay up and get a good win, a solid win, and show his progression and whatnot. We already know, he was the chief sparring partner of Tyson Fury. It's funny watching people jump in and out like, fuck what you talking about, fuck out of here with what you talking about. Okay, I don't take that shit personal, but yeah, he had eBay bloodied up in the first round. The jab was just accurate. Just the upper body feints, constantly putting pressure on eBay. And eBay is what he is. He was just going to be a threat because he's a 270-pound, 6'4" dude. But not the greatest boxer, kind of crude and unrefined. And he was just going to be there to take a shot out of desperation. He spent a lot of this fight surviving. I think he kind of bought himself some time with constantly switching from southpaw to orthodox and back. And but Anderson, it's heavyweight, man. You're kind of on the edge of your seat because he had to go into the lion's den to kind of get reactions out of eBay and to create openings for what he wanted to do. And after beating him up for several rounds, I like in round 5, he got a bit of an angle. Did a little sidestep and got off to an angle to set up a right hand. And then Jared Anderson was switching stances at times as well. So to be able to combination punch, to be able to bang, to be able to box, to be able to jab, the agility, the footwork, that body lean technique that he does, it's damn near the total package. We get to round 6, and he wants to close out the show. He wants to stop this guy. He wanted to fight this guy because he wanted to make a point. He showed you by the end of round 1, he's already dominating the action and beating up eBay. So we go through the rounds that we go through, with eBay bleeding and getting busted up the entire way. Kingsley decides to come forward to open the 6th round, and Jared Anderson steps it up as well. He increases his intensity or his aggression, and he just starts rocking dude with these shots upside to the side of his head, and then he just mixes it up. He gets mid range, mixes it up with a flurry, and rocks eBay with several shots to the side of the head. He's ready to go. I mean, his equilibrium is probably off. He's getting cracked with these shots upside to the side of his head, and then that left hook that he finishes him off with, it really didn't land all that flush because he had crowded him a little too much, just based on the pressure that he was putting him under, and he really didn't land that punch all that flush, but it was more than enough. And eBay is knocked out before he even hits the ground hard, and is rocked, head bounces around and whatnot. He's out. So you get that great heavyweight ending that we all look forward to with the guy being knocked out. And, the big celebration. I don't know what was going on with the microphone when he was being interviewed in the post-fight by Osuna. But a hell of a win by Jared Anderson. Just all the tools, power, movement, footwork, body feints, showmanship, ring IQ, creativity. Jared Anderson just brings it all. And this was supposed to be somewhat of a step up fight. But like I said, we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. eBay is he's eBay. I mean, he's an opportunistic fighter. He's he has a lot of heart, but not a whole lot of skill. So take the win. It's great that you kept your word and did what you were supposed to do, but you can only take so much from this victory. But it will be interesting to see who they match him up against next. And hey, just shout out to Jared Anderson, the real big baby. Adam Lopez and Sanchez. I'm a huge Adam Lopez fan. I think he boxes really well. I'm not so sure why he started out so slowly. Sanchez, I tip my cap to him. Sanchez is really basic, fundamentally sound. Did a lot of good work early and was just a sharper fighter to start. And I was a little taken aback on what was going on with Adam Lopez because he has a beautiful jab. And when he doubles and triples his jab and sets everything up off of that, he's a really formidable fighter. And this was down, I believe this was at featherweight. And I thought it was an opportunity for Adam Lopez to really take a step forward. And he started off slow. I mean, he gave up the first 3 to 4 rounds. I had circled in the 4th round at like the 1 minute and 10-second mark. Center ring, there was a big right hand by Sanchez. Sanchez just controlled the first half of the fight. Round 5, Lopez started finding his rhythm. Again, in round 6, I started seeing that double and triple jab that I love from him. Buddy McGirt, cheap second over in the corner, yelling out instructions. In that 6th round, under the 20-second mark, it was some great exchanges that Lopez probably got the best of. Round 7, I got Adam Lopez combo with the big right at the 2-minute mark. Under 40 seconds, it was a Adam Lopez right hand or 1-2 combination. He just started killing him with that 1-2, with the jab and 1-2, and really just started doing what he needed to do to, I thought, possibly stop Sanchez. Sanchez didn't have another gear to get to. It was nothing different that he could do, or like I said, just fundamentally sound. And he was tough as hell though. He took some great shots. Round 8, early right hands from Adam Lopez, under 45 seconds. Another 1-2 by Adam Lopez. Round 9, both of the guys kind of petered out in that round. It was kind of slow for both fighters. Round 10, bigger final minute for Adam Lopez. I really didn't like the way that he fought the first 2 rounds, but again, he had to scrap his way back into this fight, and probably his gas tank got low. But over the final minute, he had the better portion of the round. Just looking like the guy that I thought he was. Like I said, I don't know what went wrong for him here. But I credit Sanchez in a lot of it, that Sanchez just was solid boxing all night long. That one ended up 95-95, 97-93, Adam Lopez, and then 96-94, Adam Lopez. Did I say it was a draw? I messed that up. He gets the victory. Maybe I was talking about the Diaz and Rakhimov when I said that. But Lopez wins the fight. I probably would have went to 96-94. I don't know about 97-93. And I could have very easily seen it a draw. But Sanchez did his activity and his... what up, 503 Lion, man? I was going to come over to your page and see what you was talking about if you was going in on this tonight. But I don't know, man. I was a little disappointed in the fight, but that's how he competed. That's how he competed with Oscar Valdez a couple months ago or several months ago was starting fast and putting some pressure on Valdez, who fights next week against Miguel Berchelt. Getting into this main event, man, Richard Commey against Jackson Marinez. Marinez just thought he was going to come in there and just box and maybe get it. And Commey still made all of the same. Commey comes to bang. I will give him some credit. I thought the one good thing that Commey did was that he got mid-range or inside a lot more than trying to set up his big shots from outside. But his head was still on the line. The same shot that we saw Robert Easter Jr. catching with, the same shot that we saw Teofimo Lopez upending with. All of that still happened, but like I said, shout out to him. His location was a lot better. The real estate that he attacked from was a lot better, and I think and Marinez is not the biggest puncher, but he mixed it up, kept the pressure on him, made him uncomfortable. He's looking at Marinez. He sees that Marinez is not handling. I kind of liken it to the situation with a quarterback. He didn't have a clean pocket to work from and box and be comfortable. You know, he crowded him all night and kept his hands active and was landing some big shots. So we get to round 6, 2 knockdowns in that one. The first one was a right hand behind the ear. Again, he didn't really do much to Commey to keep him off of him or get his respect. And when you can allow a puncher to get his feet set and set up where he wants to strike from, you're gonna be in trouble. And then the second, he gets up from the first knockdown, and then Commey comes forward, a little reminiscent of Deontay Wilder actually when he knocked out Malik Scott, I believe. Threw that little jab feint to get a reaction out of Marinez. And then a straight right hand to damn near knock him through the ropes for the second knockdown, and the referee wisely called the fight off. So a good win for him. I don't know I don't know if it can happen, but I like to see Devin Haney against Richard Commey. That's what I would be down for that fight. At least he's a big puncher. Big baby did dude dirty. Yeah, man. Like I said, and you can go back to the front of the video, but Anderson did it all. I mean, the one thing that I kind of wonder about, and I'm gonna say it is, as long as Anderson keeps his weight right, keeps his fitness right, as long as he stays in the gym and stays hungry, the sky's the limit. But if Anderson gets some money and starts to some of the stuff that we're hearing from Deontay Wilder, if he stops responding to training, if he starts bucking and wants to do things his own way, we could see the same situation. But if he's gonna stay disciplined, keep his weight in control. We saw Dermani Rock last week against Michael Polite Coffee. If he can keep his weight together and keep that movement and agility, just the hand speed, the creativity, just a natural, just seems to be a natural fighter. I mean, a natural boxer. I mean, the kid is talented. So the sky's the limit for him. Really quickly before I get on off here, because like I said, I didn't want to stay on here that long. Listening to Teofimo Lopez tonight. It's interesting that Bob Arum was not in the building. It's Top Rank Boxing. He's not in the building. Teofimo Lopez in there. It's some tension between promoter and fighter. I don't know, I really don't know what to say. I said it earlier, any of these guys that are under 25 years old, under 24, 23-year-old guys, they don't have the power to really do anything. They can't make the fights that they want to make. Boxing, the business side of boxing is what it is. It controls what can happen, when it can happen. And I don't know how you pick a side. Like Andre Ward said, the promoter's position is to spend as less money as possible and to, keep some of the money from the budget that they get from the broadcast partner. The boxer's manager and the boxer, their goal is to make the most money as possible. We all knew last year when the fight got made with Lomachenko, we knew that you had to know that the money that they got paid for that fight, you had to understand that allowed that fight to happen. I mean, Bob Arum, we can pat him on the back for putting an excellent fight on cable versus going the pay-per-view route. But at some point in time, the fighter is obviously going to want to be made whole. And Teofimo Lopez went out there and took that major risk for that fight. Always said the whole way that he was going to win that fight. Went out there and won the fight, and now comes out of it as the super unified champion or the undisputed champion at lightweight, however you want to look at it. And the dude wants to be paid. And now Bob Arum is going to sit here and try to play around with the numbers. And he doesn't have a lot of leverage. He took that fight for low money. And this is the same thing that this is the same thing that Terrence Crawford is saying. I went out there, I took some pay cuts, I made some exceptions, whatever. And now Terrence Crawford is like, I'm gonna fight for what my guarantee is. And that's gonna be what the showdown comes out between Teofimo Lopez and Bob Arum / Top Rank is. Lopez has his number and what he's willing to work for, and Top Rank has the money that they want to spend. And again, it's really not my position to say what's what. But obviously we got this purse bid that's coming up. I believe that's Monday. We'll see what happens. It's just versus me sitting here trying to complain about this and point the finger at that person and who's wrong, who's right, who's getting this and this. I mean, it's business. And everybody's making moves out of their understanding of the business and the leverage that they perceive that they have. But it was just interesting to see Teofimo Lopez come on and mention, ESPN and the president of ESPN, the president of Disney. I mean, he went in there and threw some names out there that you don't always hear mentioned. And I don't know what you do with that. We'll see. We'll sit back and see whether or not, how this purse bid situation comes out to make this fight between him and George Kambosos Jr. But again, like I said, a lot of us, we're not in these situations where you're running the show, you're calling the shots. You know what the budget is. You know what the annual budget is. You know what the value is for this and that. We don't know all of these details. So it's very, it's difficult to sit here and take a side. So what my approach is, I'm gonna see what plays out, and then and once we see how the dust settles and how this thing moves forward, where this fight takes place on what network, if we see Teofimo Lopez fight on DAZN or on the PBC or something, because they get involved in the whole bidding process. That's something different. I haven't seen that before. And then also, don't forget that, Top Rank has the opportunity to place a bid and do what they watching Jared Anderson now on the highlight from on Sports Center. It only made number 9. Damn, you lay a man out and only make number 9 on the countdown. But yeah, again, like I said, for me, I can just watch this situation, see how it plays out, and then I kind of have a better understanding of how boxing business works. That's really what I'm gonna look at it for. But the young man went out there and said a mouthful tonight. I don't think he was completely in the wrong. I mean, guys take this risk. You see these TV numbers. You see you have an understanding of who's getting paid what across the industry, and you'd be a damn fool to step into the ring not feeling like you're being compensated on the level that you're being compensated. But you got to know your stuff, and it seems like this could get a little nasty. And like I said, man, it'll be interesting to see what happens this week and how that fight comes about with Teofimo Lopez's his next fight. So I don't have a whole lot more to say than that, man. I just I thought it was a pretty good night of action. I think it was unfortunate, obviously, that we didn't get to see Joe Smith Jr. and Maxime Vlasov, but I thought ESPN did a good job of shuffling around the card, leaving the youngsters on the ESPN Plus, bumping up Adam Lopez and Sanchez and Jared Anderson and Kingsley eBay, pushing them over to ESPN, get more eyeballs on those guys, especially on Jared Anderson. And we'll see what happens with Jared Anderson next. Like I said, man, the kid got a great smile, showmanship in the ring, good power, gets the knockout, knows how to get the knockout. The sky's the limit for that kid. But again, is he just a good winner too away from, and we know where the titles are at heavyweight right now. But I mean, we're looking at a similar situation with Jared Anderson. As talented as he is, and then being a heavyweight, top rank in all of these labor issues and the paying their talent. If you're not willing to put up the money for some of this stuff, man, you got to let these guys go and get the hell out the way. If you're not creative enough, or especially, I mean, with Teofimo Lopez, I mean, you got the dude to take the fight for 1.3 million or 1.25 or whatever it was, 1.35, and then you get to keep the fight on regular ESPN. You get the numbers that you get to go back to ESPN and show what you did with the viewership and whatnot. And then you turn around and you want to screw the kid over after he did what he was supposed to do. So that's not a good look. That's not a good look. And like I said, it's going to be hard as hell to sit here and tell Teofimo Lopez that it's going to be hard to talk some shit about COVID-19. We can't get crowd. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. You got to pay the young man. 23, whether you want to say undisputed champion or unified champion, however you want to look at it, you can't say much to the guy. Like, you gotta show him the bag. I mean, you gotta pay the kid. I mean, damn. You can't win all the time, So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. It's like I said, the same situation with Mikey Garcia, the same situation with Oscar De La Hoya, the same situation with Miguel Cotto, the same situation with Manny Pacquiao, the same situation with Floyd Mayweather. I mean, you got to shit or get off the pot at some point. So anyway, man, that's it, man. I ain't going to hold you up. Like I said, my whole night got a little off because I had to do some hosting. Pretty good action tonight. Can't wait to hear what's next for Jared Anderson. Commey should be a priority for Matchroom Boxing and Devin Haney. That other shit that you like to do, you can't make it, you can't get it done. Holler at Richard Commey and get that fight together. I think that'd be a damn good fight. And that's you know, that's not even top rank necessarily. That's DeBella Entertainment and Lou DeBella, who has some kind of relate. Well, he's had some fighters over on the Zone, so I like to see that. It's questions about Devin Haney's power. Richard Commey has good hands. Not the best boxer, maybe. He's not young, but that's a good fight for Devin Haney. I'd rather see that than Fortuna or Linares. And like I said, Ryan Garcia has other plans. For some reason, Bill Haney won't bid on. He won't send an offer to Teofimo Lopez. Make that fight with make that fight with Richard Commey. So that's it, man. Bite Down Boxing. Don't let them count you out. Pay me no mind. Sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Appreciate y'all for checking in, man. The two people that are in the live chat. Hopefully anybody that watched the video can hit that like button for me, help me out, and we'll get it. Peace.